Vasiliy High-Tech Lomachenko. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for coming on to the OB podcast. We're big fans of you here on the show.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So first of all, just how are you and how is your training camp going? Everything looks to be going well?
Training is very good. We still working, and we can wait October 17.
Beautiful, beautiful. And obviously, we're in a pandemic right now. It's a crazy situation, crazy world. Everything's all over the place. But has this affected your training camp at all, or is everything business as usual? How are you coping with it?
Of course, it was a big change our preparation because we was starting prepare 2 times. First time we prepare for May. Now we prepare for October. So long time we still on a good shape, and I think it will be very good for us, for both, for me and Lopez.
Beautiful. That's very good to hear. Obviously, right now we're about 3 weeks out, so it's coming up close. But without giving too much away, where are you at with your training camp? Are you ramping it up with intensity, good sparring, or are you slowing it down? Just going to be ready for October 17th, or how are you tracking?
Где ты находишься сейчас в своей подготовке? То есть ты спаррингуешь, опускаешься вниз, поднимаешься вверх?
Of course, now it's start going down. Now we starting. We still sparring session, but it's not big rounds. I don't know how to explain. Sorry, my English is limited. I can't explain you.
Your English is good. No problems at all. I understand. So obviously, your dad, the legendary coach, the trainer, he's with you in the training camp in California.
Of course, yes.
Beautiful. So he had this documentary recently, Papachenko, that came out, and that was great. And obviously, maybe it gave some new insights to American fighters and to English fighters, Western fighters. Maybe now they will start copying his techniques and strategies that he developed in Ukraine. What do you think? Do you think maybe they'll?
I think it's very good for sports. It's very good for boxing world, because it's always very interesting. Then you know something new.
Yeah. No, I agree, 100%. Maybe this tactic will be too much for the American fighters, but I know, is it true with you, he made you master the Ukrainian dancing before you could come into boxing, correct?
Yeah, it was a couple years, but I never like it use dancing. But he said, "Hey, if you wanna be a good boxer, you need to do dancing."
Maybe that led to the Matrix footwork.
Maybe nobody knows. We can't live second life and compare. I don't know.
No, that's it. Well, either way, it definitely worked out. But looking forward to this opponent, to Teo Lopez, would you say that he is your toughest opponent yet, or maybe not?
I can answer after our fight. I can compare, but now I know he's a good boxer. He has a big power. He has a speed, and he has a good reaction. So it will be very, very interesting for fans.
And just touching on the power, you mentioned his power. I know a lot of particularly your boxing fans here, they want to know, does your training camp and your strategy change based on your opponent? For example, he's got a lot of power. So are you bringing in powerful sparring partners, strong sparring partners, or does your preparation stay the same no matter?
Of course, we change, and of course we prepare for Lopez, not for Campbell, not for Crawler. Now we prepare for Lopez, and of course we use similar sparring partner.
Yeah, of course. You need to prepare for the right style. Yes, that makes sense. So obviously we're in a different world right now, a new world with coronavirus and restrictions and this and that. Are you thinking about how you're going to be fighting in an empty stadium now for the first time in a long time? Are you thinking about this? You know, there's not going to be the energy from the crowd to feed off, or is this you're not thinking about it? Doesn't matter.
You know, it will be first time for me, and I don't know. I can compare and I can answer after the fight, but I don't think about fans now. I just thinking about Lopez, and I thinking about our fight, and I thinking about titles. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. You have to concentrate. That makes sense. So
Yeah.
mentally, you're obviously a very, very strong fighter, and we've seen this in all of your fights, but particularly maybe against Linares, where he clipped you and he knocked you down for a second, but you responded very, very quickly, immediately, and very strongly. Is this something you prepare for? Do you train mentally and that, or are you're just that experienced that you can cope with anything that comes?
You know, maybe it was not a big punch, big powerful punch, because if he shot me very with a very big punch, uh, maybe I can't understand what happened in this round.
Yeah.
That's why it was a flash, and I was feeling good after this, and I can continue a fight, and I can win this fight after this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which you did, of course. Uh, we wanted to ask you in terms of in style preferences. Do you have any preferences? Like, do you like a fighter that comes forward and throws big, powerful punches, or do you prefer to fight a style that's more boxing, slick, or counter punching? Do you have a style that you love to fight against your opponent?
Uh, you mean more comfortable style for me?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I don't want to talking about now before the fight.
Maybe after.
Which style more comfortable for me?
Okay. Yeah, maybe after we can talk
Yeah,
about
yeah, no problem after. Yeah.
I personally think any style you do well against, so that doesn't matter, but we'll see. But moving on from this specific fight, more in general about your career, what would you say is the goal of your legacy? So when you retire in the future and you're finished, and how do you want people to remember you and your name?
First of all, of course, I want to be undisputed world champion. Not undisputed. Как?
Undisputed.
Undisputed, это, да?
Да.
Yeah. Undisputed world champion. And of course, I want to be pound for pound boxer in the world, of course. But it depends. My position, my opposition, да?
Opposition.
My opposition, and then of course in the future I want to organize a fight with the top fighters, because now we have a very interesting weight class 130, 135, very big names, good fighters, and we can organize big fights in the future.
Yeah, of course, 100%. So recently I saw in the news Teo was bragging and boasting that he's going to beat you up and he's going to hurt you, and you came back and said, you know, in my country, in Ukraine, we don't accept this kind of talk, and he would pay for that, you know. So my question is, does this change your mindset and your mentality coming into the fight? Like, are you thinking now, you know, it's personal, there's bad blood, I want to hurt him a little bit, or are you still, you want to box and you want to be smart and take it as
No, of course I want как он сказал, hurt a little bit.
Hurt a little bit.
Of course I want hurt a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah, but I have a goal. I need a belt. I need a win. For me, it doesn't matter how it's gonna be. But if I have a chance, hold him under the water not
Without oxygen.
without oxygen.
Yeah.
I do this longer is possible.
Lomachenko treatment. Maybe he's gonna get that.
Maybe we'll see. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. We'll see. We'll see. But I know your character and you're humble and you probably only want to focus on him. But if and when you do beat him, is there anyone else in your future in the division that you want to call out that you can see yourself fighting, either in your division, up, down, doesn't matter?
Maybe David Haney, Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see
They,
that fight.
they are top fighters. They are big names.
Mm-hmm.
They are very interesting fighters.
Yes, because Tank Davis talks a lot against you as well. I've seen in the media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't follow him.
that's good. Yeah, probably good. But it's been in the news recently to shift to a different topic. I'm not sure if you saw, but Manny Pacquiao announced with Conor McGregor that they're planning to fight each other. What are your thoughts on that? Will you be watching? Are you interested or not really? Or
Of course, it's interesting. It's always interesting when big names fight each other,
Mhm.
and it's a business. It's a good money for для них, for them.
For them.
For them, it's a good money for them.
great money, of course. And I've noticed that in the past you've done a little bit of wrestling here and there. Could you see yourself getting in the ring or octagon with Conor McGregor one day if the money's right?
With Conor McGregor on octagon?
Maybe
No.
boxing ring, maybe more boxing ring.
Boxing ring, no problem, but
No problem.
I think it's not very interesting. It's not very big event for world.
Well, I think it would be, but I understand.
I think for him it's better with the big names, Pacquiao, Mayweather. Of course, it's
Understand.
big,
And
and you know, and no risk because he understands he lose this fight.
yeah, of course, I'm sure he does. But speaking of big names, could you see yourself ever fighting Manny Pacquiao, or you think that's not a realistic fight?
Well, it's not realistic because we have a different weight classes. 3 years ago, I think we try organize this fight. Bob Arum was trying, but we was trying organize catch weight. I think 140 or 142. But it's I think it's not easy for many.
He doesn't want to come down again. No, that's
Yeah.
that's understandable. So does that mean probably that you're at your maximum weight? You can't go. You don't want to climb anymore?
I can, you know, if you follow me, you understand. 135, it's not my weight class,
No,
and
of course.
I have a big different reach, different size with in 145. My weight, for me and comfortable and more easily, it's 130. So I can't move one after this fight 140 or 147. It's too much. It's too much.
You've moved up a lot, so that's completely understandable. We're obviously here at the Original Ballers, we're very big boxing fans, and one question that we received that they wanted to ask you was, if you could fight any opponent in history, no matter now, who would it be? So I'm talking Roberto Duran, Marquez.
I understand. Of course, I think, you know, all who has a ego, they won't be the best. They won't beat the best. So now it's a Floyd Mayweather. He don't lose any fights, and of course I won't try and win against him. But I understand it's just воображаемый. It's just talking and just
Imagination.
Yeah. Oh, in my imagination, I think you win that fight, but that's for another conversation. Anyway, I won't hold you too long. I know you're very busy with your training camp. Is there any last predictions or thoughts that you think this fight with Lopez is going to turn out? Any predictions, or you just see how it goes?
I can't do prediction, say prediction, but I won't just win this fight. For me, it doesn't matter how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I need to win.
Beautiful. Very well said. I won't keep you there too long. I know you're in your training camp. Thank you for coming on to the Original Ballers podcast. We're very big fans, and we're in your corner on October the 17th. Good luck and all the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.